Hello everybody, this is RC Central here, and today we're going to be looking at the Turnigy Trooper. This is a four-wheel drive short course truck, and really it's good. It's brushless, it has okay electronics in it, and for its price, $160, almost ready to run on hobbyking.com as of now. It's a good truck. It's definitely a budget truck, but it's one of the best budget trucks I've ever seen. Now, of course, you're not going to compete with the pro trucks, but it could compete with a Slash perfectly fine, and I'd say maybe even better than a Slash. You do have to buy a remote for it, but everything else comes with it. I went with a 2.4 gigahertz setup. I already have the review for that on this channel. And it's in there right now. I've been using this. This has been used and bashed around, and I have an experience with it. So it has some things that I'm going to go over on durability-wise. This video hasn't been up sooner because of durability, and I'll go over that later. So right now you're looking at it, this is the body right here, and this is one of, I would say, 3 major downsides. This body looks good, it's good, it comes with the decals on a sticker sheet, you can put them wherever you want, or just not put them on at all, but it's a bad body. It's thin in places where it shouldn't be, down here, and definitely at the back. It is paper thin back here, and there's just tons of cracks. I've seen reviews where it's just ultimately annihilated, and I haven't had this truck long, and there's already cracks all over it. So, yeah, I really do need a new body for this. It's just not good. Taking off the body, you can see underneath it, and I do have some electronics installed. This is 2.4 gigahertz antenna over here. Ignore that. It doesn't come with the 2.4 gigahertz setup, but it does come with this antenna. Looking at the front, we have a plastic bumper, we have plastic shock towers, and another downside, plastic shocks. These are cheap, they work, but it's just not good. Some of them came half full, some of them just didn't come at all, and they're just bad. They're really bad. I'm going to have these replaced soon, and it's just a bad setup for this car to have plastic shocks, but hey, once again, budget truck. The bumper has some hairline cracks on it, but I have been running it into walls once again, bashing for durability. Looking at the back bumper, same story. It's got a nice configuration, really thick plastic, but it's good. Plastic shock tower back here, and again, plastic shocks. It does come with an aluminum underbody, which is anodized, and it's nice. It's got some scratches on it, of course, but it's a strong body, and it's going to keep this truck running pretty long. Plastic A-arms, front and rear, they're both the same A-arms, so really good. Part support for this. Will that fit? Yeah, it will. Part support, amazing. Sure, when they go out of stock, Hobby King does need to work on putting it back in stock, but the parts, they're just so cheap. They are dirt cheap. Plastic parts and everything, it's like 49 cents. It's insanely cheap. This bumper, probably less than $1. I'd be surprised if it was more. It's just so cheap, and they're not cheap parts either. It's a good plastic, it flexes, it's not brittle. It's good. Looking over here, let me zoom in the camera for you. We have some thick plastic sidewalls on the aluminum body, and we have a unbranded 35 amp ESC. It came with a fan on it, but durability wise, the fan broke. None of this is waterproof. I don't know what I did. I never went through any water. The fan does not work. It overheats and breaks, and it just causes the system a lot of trouble, so I took it off. It still runs fine. It has a really nice temperature, and it's just good. Over here we have a 540. I think it's, don't quote me, I'd say 3,200 kV. It's a nice brushless motor. It's nice and short. You cannot expand with this setup. This motor cooling radiator fits right up against the upper chassis. You cannot get it any wider, but you have plenty. You have maybe 2 inches if you were to move the switch for the receiver to expand this motor backwards, so plenty of customization there. Unbranded plastic gear servo works fine for me, but when it does break, I'll be sure to get a metal gear. And this car is very fast for being cheap. Once again, $160 budget car. It goes on 3S Lipo 5000 milliamp 20C. Goes a good 35 miles an hour. And it's pretty durable. Except for, well, of course, shocks. They suck. I have done some jumping with it, and it's good at jumping. It doesn't nosedive, and its rear doesn't fall down too fast. So it's good. It does have a servo saver to save you from any hard landings or turns on the wheels. And yeah, I mean, it's good. Up here we have we have fiberglass upper supports. They're not aluminum, but you can get aluminum upgrades. It has a central diff, and it has 2 other diffs. And this front one has been a problem for me. Landing jumps has been a problem. I do keep the throttle off, but I have stripped this, and when I open it up, the dog bone U-joints, they're fine, they're metal. The gears inside, it's all fine, it's metal, but what connects the gears to the U-joints is not metal. It's a very tough, hard plastic, but even though it should be metal, it should not be plastic. I've had to replace this. And it's very easy to take apart too. It's all in 3 sections. You got the chassis, you got the front, and you got the back. You got 4 screws on the bottom, and you have 4 screws on the top. You take those out, it all comes out, and you can take it apart however you want. Anyways, it's a good truck. The tires, good too. I'm going to be running these bald. They're nice and soft, not too soft. They're meant for on-road and off-road, but a little bit more off-road because it is a short course truck and it has a pretty aggressive tread. It has foam inside so they don't cave in by themselves, and the wheel design is pretty nice. It comes with standard 15mm hexes, so you can get pretty customizable with this. Anyways, that's going to be about this for this review on the Turnigy Trooper short course truck. Good truck, budget truck. I would recommend getting this for if it's going to be your first RC, and really just all around great. I'll be doing some running videos on this as soon as possible, and see you guys in the next one. Bye!